Wait, I have to change this because Rob is here. So wait, we have a very exciting show coming and show my scenes window and put up the Rob. There we go.
I'm here
Just for
for
you.
several reasons. I'm here
Number
for
one.
several reasons.
Number one for eye
for eye
candy.
candy, of course. Number two, Nika has been under quite a bit of stress lately, haven't you?
This morning was pretty stressful.
Not only was it stressful because it's like all things converged. You know how like when like everything meets at once, like in the morning, that's what happened. Everything met, and she was like, you know what she was doing? She was like firing on all cylinders. She's juggling. She's got like a plate spinning on her nose, and she's like, juggling, and then she's like, talking Swahili.
Yeah.
And she's getting it all done. It's funny because like even 15 seconds before we started, she got something else done that she was waiting for.
Yeah, the note came in approving which contacts to send it to, and I had to go in as we're during the timer, which was
it was
really
all ready
exciting.
to go, but yes.
So what was exciting is, and this is really fun, the fun about being an entrepreneur. We have two clients who had some big major kind of announcements or release of something new going out this morning. And both of them, of course, did not go smoothly. There were tech issues to deal with. And while I'm on chat with one, I'm waiting for approval from another and going back and forth and knowing that it was time to come on for Rise and Shine.
Yeah.
And so at the last minute, I said, Rob, come on with me for some moral support and eye candy because I'm stressed. Oh, and?
Plus, she just had an operation a couple days ago.
Yeah. So I'm also supposed to be relaxing and healing, but I don't know I really don't know how to do that.
And this morning I woke up, and I don't know if any of you have ever seen this, but on your Apple phone, it just had the Apple logo. That's all it had. Just
And
had
it
the Apple
wouldn't
logo.
move.
Oh, it wouldn't move, wouldn't do
So,
anything. Couldn't
yeah, in
turn it on, you couldn't
addition-
turn it off. So I ran to the Apple store this morning. There was a line in
Oh,
front of
no,
Apple to get
really?
in at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. there was a line, and some guy by
Sure.
the name of Noe,
Noe?
spell Noe?
N-O-E?
N-O-E with a thing on it.
Cool.
Phenomenal.
Yeah?
Phenomenal. My God, he
fixed your phone.
he fixed the phone.
Speaking of phones, if you have been wanting to do great videos, I know you have. We all, as entrepreneurs, want to do more videos. Let me preface this with, the other day, I met an amazing businesswoman and she asked me what I do, and I started talking about video, and she said, oh no, another entrepreneur telling me I have to do video. I know I have to do video. So I know that you have to do video. And if you've been waiting to get better equipment, I am sorry to tell you that you no longer have that excuse.
Although I'm going to try to pick up that new iPhone because that thing's got the most like crazy cameras.
You can.
Yeah.
But your excuse for waiting for additional equipment is
it's true.
invalid.
You don't need
It's
any of that.
invalid. You can take your phone. It doesn't matter what version of the phone. If you have a phone from anywhere in the last few years, most of us have gotten some phone. This apparently is not new. I am hopefully, this is, but you can tell, not a new phone.
Right.
It's the 10.
It's the X.
The X. And if you have any phone from the X, maybe even the 9 or the X up.
Maybe the 8, maybe even the 8. I'm not sure when they upgraded the cameras, but then again, if you're going online, you don't need that high quality camera.
No,
do you?
but most of these phones are shooting 4K.
Yeah.
So if you have a phone,
I wonder if it broadcasts in 4K. I don't even
it
know
depends
if it does.
on the platform. Some platforms lower the quality so that there's room and all, but if you put it out and you want great video, even for television broadcast, the phones have cameras that are good enough for that. And I have 5+ tips to upgrade your phone videos
Did you
today.
say tips?
I did say tips.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Because she did just have an operation.
On my tips.
Now, so I have a question for you, Nika, to get things started.
To get things started, yeah.
Oh, you want to do an intro?
Well,
You got an
first,
intro?
I
Let's
have
do
an
the
intro. As we're introing, if you want to make better videos, with just your phone, I want to hear from you. Tell me what phone you have. Is it an Apple 10, 11, 12, 13,
Well, maybe
an
not
Android?
right, exactly. Well,
What
question,
phone?
though.
Yes.
Tell me when you're about to hit the intro.
Okay, I want to know what phone you have. Let me know so we can talk about it. And if you're ready to make better videos with your phone, grab your coffee, because it's time to rise.
And what's always time to do? Don't do it yet.
It's always time to shine.
And while you were going through the intro, which I want you to watch very closely, I want you to think of this. Which store had the biggest line? It wasn't the Apple store prior to opening this morning at the mall.
Think about it. Let's do this. Which store had the biggest line? Oh, wait, we have to get back your name up here.
Which store? Oh, by the way, I am Rob Mandelberg. They call me Robbie the Hat. This is Nika Stewart, and you already know who Nika Stewart is. You know her. You love her. CEO of Streambank Media. I'm her underling, the president of Streambank Media. Nika is going to announce a great program that she is starting in just a few minutes. But we are going to first try to figure out what was that store that had the longest line in the morning. People were lined up.
So you're asking at the mall, which for those of you who are not in a suburban area.
A mall is a thing that has a whole bunch of stores in it. Usually this was an indoor one.
Indoor mall with loads of stores. Of course, I like outdoor malls. So an indoor mall, especially during COVID times, I prefer to be outdoors. But so there are probably, I don't know, 80 stores.
I didn't see every store. But I did get lost because someone gave me bad directions to get to the Apple store.
I did.
I saw some of the stores. And by the way, there were about 25 people in the Apple store. How many of them do you think had masks?
Oh, I'm hoping 25.
25.
Excellent. So,
but what store do you
other
think
store?
In the mall? Anyone know?
You mean lines to get in? They were really crowded.
Well, yeah, there were lines. There were people were waiting
at
outside
10
the store
a.m. Like as the mall opened.
Because they needed to be there at 10 a.m. I don't know if they waited overnight. I don't know how long they waited, but there was a line there. Apparently, 10:01 was insufficient. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, they needed to be there at 10 a.m. And mind you, this is a work day and a school day. I don't know if people took off. I don't know what the deal is.
I mean, obviously, my first thought would be the Apple store because you get there to see if they had, because every day they say, we don't know if we're getting new phones in.
Right.
You might be able to get some, so you want to get there early. You got there early. They did not have any new 13 phones
No, they did not.
for sale.
They did not.
And speaking of, Marcus has the 13 Pro on the way.
On the way.
Lucky.
We're going to have to do that, Marcus.
We're probably going to order ours today.
We've just been checking in. They say, check back tomorrow, check back the next. You know what? I'm going to order on the
Probably order.
Marcus, how long? What are they back ordered now?
I had heard from the Apple store, they told me the other day that it takes 3 to 4 weeks.
I guess I can wait 3 to 4 weeks.
I guess, you want it today, so you think, I'm not going to order it, I'm going to go to the store. But if you go to the store every day for 3 weeks, you will have wished that you ordered it 3 weeks ago.
That's a good point. I am in the midst of shooting a big project, and I would love for the next phase of the project to use that. Like, they got 3 cameras on them.
Yeah. Now, I have heard many things, one of the main camera is the one that's upgraded. The other ones give you, I don't know what it is, depth of field and volume and conditioning. I don't know what all the cameras do. Plus, because I'm not that technical, but I do know how to upgrade the videos that you're making for social media and to grow your presence online. So we are going to have to talk about that.
Yeah. GameStop. People could not wait to get into
what was coming out
I don't know. It made me want to get online and get whatever it is they're getting.
I'm going to go to GameStop later and see what's for sale.
GameStop was the biggest store. They had a line of people there.
I can see that.
When
were they kids?
I did not do a demographic study of the line. Next time I will bring my clipboard.
Yeah.
I was going Zoom. I was going right to the Apple store. And the people online at the Apple store could all play on their phones while they're waiting. Not me. All I had was that little Apple.
Oh, you had no way. So you were bored.
What did I do about boredom before I got a smartphone?
We actually used our minds more. We are becoming less and less creative.
We know how Neanderthal man and Neanderthal woman, I don't want to be Neanderthal closed-minded here. Neanderthal man and Neanderthal woman, now I understand how they felt waiting online at the Apple store or at GameStop.
Well, Neanderthal woman was waiting online at GameStop.
Hieroglyphic, did they do hieroglyphic cave drawing software?
Probably. Yes.
So, Nico,
I'm going to give, yes, what is
this new program you're launching?
A new program?
Yeah.
You mean
I'll
the
tell
Shine?
I'll tell you about what it is later.
Okay,
Okay,
tell me the new program I'm launching. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to tell you 5+ things you can do while you're recording videos with your phone to make them more exciting, better, to up level the videos you are creating on your phone.
Wow.
One of the main things is knowing that you can use your phone rather than needing an expensive camera and all the extra accessories is amazing because you take away the excuse for not creating video. Speaking of that, one of the things that I have done that took away most of my excuses about creating video is create a dedicated space in my home for doing video. For me, tell me if you can relate. Every time I went to do a video, I wanted to do more video. I know how amazing it is for your business to do video. And some days I'd get the motivation and the inspiration to create something. And almost every time I would say to myself something like, I can't find a space with good lighting. This window's okay, but it's cloudy today. Or I should have done it an hour ago, now the sun went down. Or the lights in here are too glary. Or it's messy, I'm too embarrassed to film over here. I can't find a space that's organized and clean. Always. Or where is the wire to plug the microphone into my phone or to start that? I always had an excuse until I created a studio in my home, and now I go live at least once a week. I have been consistent for more than a year. I create tons of videos. Many of them have gone viral. This is the number one thing I have done for myself and my business is create a studio in my home, a dedicated space. I would love to give you all the resources that I use. All you need to do is give me a #studio, and I will send you access to this resource list, including links. So that if you want to just purchase all the things that I have purchased to create my studio, feel free to grab that resource list and create your own studio.
Wow, that's pretty quick on the giveaway.
Pretty quick.
I mean, you just barely started the show, and you're like giving away stuff.
Right, because
just giving it away.
I'm giving it away for free because I want you to take away all of your excuses, and that's
why
really,
buy the cow?
But well, is that what I'm giving? I'm giving it
no
away.
idea.
Anyway, yes, the mind is good at finding excuses, and if you have a studio, a dedicated space in your home, you will have a lot less excuses for
Actually, it's
creating
pretty
video.
cool because believe it or not, there's no brick wall behind us. What is behind us?
It's a backdrop that I got on Amazon, and I think that there's some links in the resources. Go on Amazon, find some fun backdrops that match your style.
They're not expensive, are they?
No, they're pretty.
How much are they? They're like $50 or $100 to get a beautiful.
I think this
backdrop?
might have been under $30. This
wow!
one.
And then people also you can get a green screen. That is a piece of fabric though behind us.
It's
That's actually a piece of fabric.
papery. It's like
this?
that's fabric.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have fabric behind us.
Yes.
So she made it a little fancy because Nika was also an interior designer, and she has to put in that little bit of a flair. She can't just let the backdrop go. But look what she did also with this. How'd you make this little square here with the lights and?
I made it in Canva, and then I use a software to go live. I have resources for all of that. Some of that is in the studio resource list. If you want more, just let me know because I have videos describing how to make this all for yourself.
And just to give you a little teaser of what Nika's new program is that she doesn't even know about yet. Let me just tell you something. I have this incredible resource that helps me accomplish anything. If I need to set up videos, which by the way, Nika coached me on setting up my TikTok channel for the documentary I'm shooting. And these videos are getting not only thousands of views, but they're getting tens of thousands of views. And you know what? Some of them are getting hundreds of thousands of views. I have one that I'm trying to creep up to 1 million. It's like 935,000 views.
So
I'm like gently trying to get it up there. I pinned it toward the top. I did. But anyway, I have this superpower that helps. It's Nika. It's Nika. And I didn't know this when I married her, but it comes with the marriage. She has to provide me that type of support.
That's true.
But many of you out there are not married to Nika.
Not most of you are not.
Many of you are not married. Most of you, I would even say. I'd say the vast majority of the people watching are not married to Nika, but she's available to help you set up to walk you through it, hand in hand, walk you through, help you with that border, tell you what to get, what not to get, tell you what your budget would be. But she's not cheap. She's not cheap.
I'm easy, but I'm not cheap.
She's easy, but she's not cheap. But she will walk you through it. If it's something that interests you, where you need somebody to actually help you set up a relatively inexpensive studio. Like I said, she's making that thing in Canva. She'll help you. She'll walk through it. She'll make this work for you. She'll help you pick out the right backdrop. She'll help you work with you on your branding. This is a brand new program. How new? She hasn't even started it yet. But this is what she does, and this is how she helps people. If you want to get that kind of support, how can they contact you? What can they do?
Give me a hashtag call, and we'll set up a time to
Hashtag
chat.
call, she'll set up a time to chat, or meet her at GameStop later. Because she is going to be on that line. I don't know if there's still a line there.
I hope not. I don't want to stand around.
Well, you'll have your phone. You're unlike me.
That's true.
By the way, Noe really helped me out there with my phone. I strongly recommend Noe.
I feel a little bad that it's been 18 minutes and we haven't given them a phone tip yet.
Feel bad. Oh, you
terrible.
feel bad. Oh, look at her. Look at her. She's torn up inside. Let me ask you, how's your stress? A little better?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for joining me. See, this was all for me.
That's
So
my
thank
job.
you for watching anyway.
That's
So
my
let me
job.
quickly give you one of the first tips. You're doing videos, you're creating videos from your phone. If you want them to look better, use the back camera. We all use the selfie camera, right? Why? Because then we can see, it's like you have that what's called a confidence monitor. You see what's going on, what's being filmed. Two things are wrong with that. Number one, most of us, when we're looking at the selfie camera and we're taking videos or pictures, we're looking like this. Like, look down at ourselves right now, Rob, like to see what we look like.
Yeah.
So right now, Rob and I are looking at ourselves to see what it looks like.
Look at
that doesn't look good.
Now you're looking up, right?
Now I'm looking.
Now I'm looking up. Can you see my eyes looking up? Does it look normal?
So now we're looking at you. And
Right.
when you're doing a video, you don't want to look like this. You want to look at the person you're talking to, which is the person you're talking to, which is the camera screen.
Plus, do I want to constantly remind myself how ridiculous I look? I mean, just get out there and do this thing. I'm looking above. We have this camera. By the way, that camera, what is it, a Logitech?
Logitech, and it's in the studio resources.
Great. And that's a when I say fairly inexpensive, some of these, you could get equipment where it's in the thousands of dollars. When I find something a couple of $100s, I consider that to be a bargain. When you're getting like a one-time purchase to set up something that means a lot to you, to your personal brand, to whatever it is you're trying to communicate, it makes sense.
But budget
How much was that?
I think it was about $60.
$60 for the camera. And, it works out beautifully.
And that's for live streaming and for doing like talking head type videos. But let's get back to right now, all you need is your phone. And I'm going to give you now a few tips you need nothing but your phone to make the videos better just using your phone. And then I'm going to give you a few little things that you can add to make videos created on your phone even better. So the first thing, like I said, is use the back camera. So the reason we don't is because we want to see ourselves, but it's distracting. So we tend to often look down instead of where we're supposed to look, which is at the camera. So if you use the back here, and this is what's facing me, all I can look at is this camera because there's nothing distracting. The challenge is, how do you know what it looks like? So there's two things you can do, but there's really three things you can do. One is you set your phone up on a stand or leaning on something and you look through it and you have something in place of where you will be. It could be a person, it could be a stuffed animal, it could be, some object sitting on the chair that you'll sit on, because you want to see where it is centered, or if you want to be to the side. How many times, I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to take pictures using the back camera. I think I'm centered. I look at the picture and I'm like, cut off. Like, so you do want to check it from the front before you go start recording your videos, or it may be that you cut something off. So you check it first. Either you look through and look at where you will be sitting,
I see my
Oh, there you are. Or you sit down and have someone else look for you. That requires another person to help, someone to center it for you. Or they have these very interesting, I haven't purchased one. I'm thinking of doing that so that I could test it for you. I think it's called a confidence mirror. So it's a little piece of, and I think it's about $25. You put it over here, a mirror, and you set your phone up. And when you're looking at the back, you also see the mirror. So you see what other people will see. So you see the selfie side, even though you're using the back camera, and you'll be able to look and see what other people will see and use the better camera. So bottom line, the tip is use the back camera rather than the selfie camera for higher quality videos.
By the way, what do? Do you go like this or do you go like this?
Really
like
good
this or like
question.
this? What do you do?
So it depends on the type of video you want. Right now we are horizontal, which is great for YouTube videos, for Facebook videos, for LinkedIn videos, for desktop. If people are watching on mobile, and or you want to get involved in this amazing trend of short form content, so you're creating content which is 30 seconds to 1 minute max, and you go on Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, you want to do it vertical.
Now I will throw out, I will say yes, I do like it being vertical, but when I'm creating videos, I actually, for TikTok, and I know this goes against what you're supposed to do, I do it horizontally. Why?
Why?
Well, several reasons. One, I want to repurpose it. I want to use it for other platforms as well. But number two, I created some branding. So at the very top, I will put the title of the video, and on the very bottom, I'll put the branding of the documentary.
That matches your branding, and that's perfect. But ideally, that is not the shape for TikTok or any short form content. Right. It is vertical. So yeah, there's always exceptions to the rule, but short form content generally is a vertical shape.
If it is vertical, though, it's very hard. What happens when you try to put that for another purpose? It's like you're only seeing part of the screen. It's very difficult to repurpose it.
It is, however, and if you're talking about like creating a movie or for television, yes. But if you're talking about social media,
what about a YouTube video?
YouTube does vertical videos.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that for YouTube now because the whole world is mobile. Mobile proportioned screens are totally acceptable.
Can I do round? Do you have a round?
I hope so. I hope they come out with that.
I'd like a round thing.
Round phones would be kind of cool. So that was tip number 1. Use the back camera.
Oh my God. That was only tip number 1?
I know. Crazy.
Wow.
Tip number 2, and this is I tell all of my clients when we're talking about upgrading their short videos, even if you are not someone who wants to create a presence on TikTok, whether you do or you do not, try the TikTok editor. It adds a lot of fun to your videos. So if you, instead of just recording yourself, record it in TikTok, even if you're not going to post it on TikTok.
What about the branding?
There are ways to take the branding off of it. And if you're interested in that, let me know. There are apps and there are little secrets for downloading the videos without the branding. It's a simple little trick. Plus, and you can.
If you do that and you show it on TikTok, if you do show it on, let's say, another platform like YouTube, I don't think they're going to give you the reach if you have a branding.
Right. So that's true. So yeah. That's definitely something to remember. You don't want the platform's branding to be on your video if you're uploading it to another platform, but you can download it without the branding. But the TikTok editor adds motion. It can add effects. You can add pop-up words. You can have transitions. If you don't know how to edit or don't have an editor on your phone, use the TikTok editor, and you can take a very standard, boring 30-second talk and make it really fun just by using the TikTok editor. So that is tip number 2.
I like to use iMovie first to prepare it because you could do some nice cuts. You could play around with a little bit of the the speed. Sometimes you can make things go a little bit faster. You could freeze things. You could do things. Then I import it into TikTok. And then I use those the tools that they have.
Right, but and that's because you're getting used to iMovie, and if you have an iPhone, iMovie editor comes free with your phone, so you can use that. But with the TikTok editor, you don't even have to figure out another editor. So it upgrades your video. The next thing I want to say is if you're creating videos with your phone, one thing that just upgrades them and makes them more trendy and the types of videos that catch attention and can go viral, because the reason videos go viral is if people watch them, the platform sends them to more people. And if those people watch them, the platform sends them to more people. So your job is to get more people to watch them, especially at first. You need to catch their attention. One way to do that is with really fun, what is called, I'm using this term lightly, but B-roll. B-roll is something where, for example, if I want to tell you about my new phone and I'm talking about it, then there might be a B-roll would be the camera would kind of scroll across just showing the product I'm talking about. So that might be spliced in. So I'm talking, we're talking, and then all of a sudden you see a second of a phone. That's the B-roll.
You could have just the voiceover, and then you can show whatever it is that you want to show in the background, and it makes it much more interesting.
Yes. Now, if you're not talking about a product, what you do is you add in just some fun. I want you to get creative. And I have a sample of a video I did last year that I kind of did it by accident. I just was like looking for fun ways to add little interesting things to the video to make it more like, unexpected. So this is what I call B-roll for phone videos that are just not about promoting a product, but just ways to add that B-roll type of video inside. So here it is.
I'm on my way to my...
I want to get back to you because that was not the video. Let me start it over. That was not the video. That was something I showed last week. This is the one with B-roll in it. Here we go.
I'm on my way to my final radiation treatment.
Stopping to pick up freshly made donuts for the nurses.
Oh, yes.
Heroes work here.
Here we go.
So what I want you to notice, the things that I want to pull out are, first, I could have just said I'm on my way to my final radiation treatment and then walked into the radiation treatment and showed the nurses and then rang the bell. Instead, there were a few things I did. One, I just took a 1-second video of me blowing a bubble. No reason. It was just like, wait, what was that? It just kind of like makes you wait. Unexpected. I took a quick video of me opening the box of donuts. I took a video of my feet walking down the hallway. So things like that you can splice into your video, just make a 30-second video a little more exciting.
And also, especially if it's a 30-second video, you're going to find that even 30 seconds is too much to ask somebody to watch something without changing it up. If you're not, the attention span, you just got to keep it interesting and you got to keep somebody riveted, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
And that's also part of what Nika will help you with, creating your strategy, creating your approach, helping unleash your creativity. So if it's something that you would like to upgrade on your end, reach out to Nika, figure out how you can work with her to just set yourself up for success. No more struggling, no more wondering if you're doing the right thing, and put yourself in a situation where you establish a foundation that will enable you to go in and make video after video without worrying, without stressing, and knowing you're on the right track.
Take away all those excuses and be customized and branded and really, really boost your visibility. We are doing a viral video visibility boost in a week and a half. If you want information about that, just give me the word viral and I'm going to come back to you and give you the information. Is coming out in a few days, but I will make sure I come back and give that to you because it's free. It's 5 days to create a video that is the type of video that goes viral, similar to the videos that I have done, that Rob has done, that are getting him almost 1 million views. Mine have gotten almost 120 million views. So I've learned a few things. So I want to share them with you.
Nice flex, by the way.
Thank you. So a few quick tips, and then I actually want to do some more on lighting and audio. I'm not going to go into detail right now. Those are like, we can go into depth on another show.
I think you need to do that on another show.
I will. I just want to tell you quickly that lighting, if you rely on natural lighting is the best kind of lighting for you to make you look beautiful. But you don't want it to be too strong. So if you put like a sheer white curtain on a window and the sun is coming in, that's the most beautiful, flattering light for you. And then audio, if you're going to rely on the microphone in your phone, just be sure that you're close enough to it. If you're further away, the audio is bad, and audio will really make or break your video. Even though it's video, audio makes or breaks your video.
Yeah, what do they say, that audio is 50% of your video? So,
which is crazy because it's called video, but audio, if the audio isn't good, people will just scroll right by.
In fact, when I speak to people who make films, they say that often if your video, if what they're visually receiving is a little bit off, they're still going to be patient. They'll be tolerant with it.
If the audio is
good. If the audio is not good, then you are going to lose them. It's the first thing that just, even subconsciously, they just can't take watching something like that. So, Nika, I think you gave some really good tips today.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to do more on the audio and the lighting because there are some simple things you could do to really take your videos and go to the next level with one simple extra thing that you have in your studio. By the way, if you want that studio, make sure that you give me a hashtag studio and we'll send you the whole resource list so that you can have everything you need to create a dedicated space.
So to recap, hashtag studio. By the way, this little thing that she has going up there, that hashtag studio, that little graphic, she will teach you how to do that as well.
Of course.
Just figure out, how do you get in touch with you, Nika?
Oh, then let's go to, give me a hashtag call.
And what do you do if somebody wants to be part of that challenge?
Just give me a viral. I see some virals coming in on all the different platforms. So we will get back to you later today, don't worry, and get you that information.
And she will also, how many platforms are you broadcasting on now?
I think there are 4 platforms, but 4 pages on Facebook. And YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter.
Right.
So we're all over the places.
Well.
So I'll come back to you if I missed your comments, but I will get back to you. Or Chrissy, my assistant, will get back to you later today or tomorrow with all the information that you are requesting.
Nika, what a great bit of information you gave.
Well, thank you.
And plus, you guys learned what had the biggest line at the mall today. So it was actually a win-win for everybody.
And especially for GameStop.
GameStop, and we are not paid sponsors of GameStop.
But we could be.
Right.
GameStop, if you're listening.
So thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. He really helped me out with, obviously he helped you out with being eye candy for you.
The candy
of the eye. And he helped me with my stress level, but now I have to get back to doing these fun launches for my clients. It's going to be a huge day. So we are here, I am here every Friday at noon Eastern. Until next time, don't forget to choose happy, spread joy, and shine unapologetically, because the world needs more you. Take care, my friends.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.